there's no win in 9 games. Was it 2 draws, 7 defeats, 4 goals? It's a massive problem for him. He's under real pressure. So, I just find it very unusual to hear a manager say, I've been here 18 months and from now on it's going to be my way. I don't quite get it, that what you've been doing then for the last 18 months.
Yeah.
Has it been what the players wanted? Has it been what your staff wanted? And he's trying to create a difference, create a change. But the thing that troubles me most is their style of play. When I watch them, the identity of the team, I see that in other teams, but I don't see it in Newcastle. Often they change their system to suit the opposition. Wilson's coming in up top was a good addition to them. Maximum being, of course, ill with COVID has been a big issue and a big problem. But there's still decent players in the group, and for me, that they need to create a style of play.
Yeah.
And they actually try and play some football to progress through the compartments of the team. At the moment, I don't really see that. So, he has to do something big now to turn this around. Well, the thing about it is, it's about you doing what you believe to be right as a manager, not really what the fans want, or you've got to play for results. Now, to get a result of any sort at Villa Park is going to be a difficult game for them, because Villa are really playing exceptionally well at the moment, and Newcastle are not in any kind of form. So, this is the thing. He's changed it from a back 5 to a back 4. He's continued changing the personnel. He's got to look, what do they do with the ball? What time has been spent on the training ground in that area? The centre forward is looking frustrated. Wilson was relegated last season. He doesn't want to be relegated again. So you've got to play to your strengths. Get Shelvey on the ball and create things through that midfield. So I'm sure he's been working on that. But Villa at the moment, with Barkley coming into the team, with Grealish, McGinn, of course, Watkins up top, really do look dangerous. And so that's a game that Villa will fancy winning.
I mean, he's allowed to change things, though, Martin. This always amazes me. So what if he changes from a back 4 to a back 3 to a back 5 or whatever? Managers do that, presumably, Martin, in an effort to get the result that they want.
Yeah, of course. But when you're losing that many games and you're tumbling down the table, we're looking at them now, in 15th position. Burnley are now level with Newcastle. So if alarm bells weren't ringing now, they'll never be ringing. And it's the manner of the defeats. When you lose to Sheffield United, bottom of the table, first win of the season, then there's a problem, and he has to address that. And so, I don't know whether Mike Ashley's in the mood to make a change, but Steve Bruce has been in this game long enough to know that he's got to start turning this around. And the players have got to buy into that, and they've got to come. It's not us and them situation. You have to be together in any situation to be successful. So really interested to see if Newcastle can turn this around, but they are desperate now for some sort of a result at Villa Park.
Yeah, I mean, if he can somehow manage to get a win, say a single goal win tomorrow night, Martin, Newcastle fans, presumably, they might tell me differently, won't really care how they did it as long as they did it.
Yeah, go and get results. I think. Steve's having to defend himself. Every time he comes in front of the media, it's the same set of questions. It's, nine games on the bounce.
Yeah.
I was talking about Jurgen Klopp earlier on today, how I thought it was fantastic, refreshing that he blames himself. You have to be careful that you have to love your players through this situation. You have to be together to get the best from everybody. They don't deliberately make mistakes.
Sure.
So Steve now got time to turn this around, and there has to be a performance improvement, and there has to be. It'd be nice for Newcastle fans to feel that they're in a game long enough to try to win it, and actually look as if they're competitive, creating opportunities, developing the play, getting it wide, getting it in the box, using the pace maybe on the counter attack. But we're not seeing that at the moment, and it's massively worrying for the Newcastle fans. I think he's been working with the staff for many years.
Maybe not change it, add to it.
Yeah, I can see that. Is that a desperate measure? If it's in the best interest of the club, that's all that Steve Bruce can do, isn't it? And work in the best interest of the football club. But, and maybe somebody on the training ground might help to improve those sort of patterns of play.
Yeah.
And that could be an area that, that works. But, I look at someone like Almiron, for instance, who's got great energy. But when he played against Arsenal last week, he doubled up as a right back. At no point was he, you have to be positive for what you've got in team and trying to create. He's a player that wants to attack. I'm not saying he's fantastic in front of goal, but he can create things for other people. And the 4-4-2 system they played against Arsenal seemed almost out of touch with the modern game. I'm not saying that that teams don't do that, but it was quite an introduction. I'm not sure Carroll has got the energy levels to drop back in and help, because the midfield was getting outnumbered against Arsenal. So you have to look at it tactically. You have to stay with the times, but you have to put the team out that you strongly believe in.
Yes.
And if he feels that he needs to make the change, you could say it was up to half time, it was better, but they still lost the game. So he needs to pick up points now. Stop listening to other people and put out the team and get the points that he now needs for his football club, because they are tumbling down that table. I was doing the West Ham game the other night, and I firmly knew what David Moyes wants to do as a team. A back four, two sitting midfield, full-backs getting wide, Berama coming in off the line with Bowen, playing almost like centrally, allowing that space for the full-backs to get forward. Good quality at the front of the team. Midfield players who wanted to receive the ball and play. I can't see that in the Newcastle team. Where is that identity? They're just about getting results, and then you don't really have any kind of pattern of play, and that's what they need to work on. And maybe it is time then to bring somebody in to help Steve Bruce with his staff to improve things on the training pitch.